Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Welcome, everyone, to Make Your Day Richer. Everyone's still clapping for you, Kathy. They're very excited you're here. Oh, and she's frozen again. Oh, no. We had problems before she got on, and now she's frozen again. Oh, that's such a bad... Here, we're going to remove her. This is what happens when you do things live. And she's gone. All right. Well, we'll chat. We'll do the first part, and then hopefully she will come back. Here, I'm going to take these out because these are annoying. And then if she comes back, we'll go to a break and we will chat with her. Otherwise, she'll come back. But she's very fun, so I hope it works out. I hope she comes back. I don't know if you're watching this or not on YouTube or any of our other social media channels, or if you're listening, but you should jump on either our YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn, and look at how beautiful this camera is, thanks to a bunch of sponsors. I keep looking at myself to make sure it's okay, but I'm going to look at the camera because the camera is beautiful. We have a brand new camera thanks to a ton of people that chipped in to make that possible. And it's all for y'all to watch this beautiful show and to meet these amazing people. And so you'll see all of their names at the end of the show. And now I'm scared I'm going to forget them all. But a lot of people, I'm just going to go through the list. My grandma pitched in, even though she had no idea what she was what she was paying for. Tony called her and asked if she would chip in, and she said sure. So Tony, my grandma, my mom, my dad, Bruce, Mike, Lakin, Michelle, Emily, Angie, Rachel, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, made this possible. And I didn't think I was going to cry, but maybe I'll cry for a second. I've been crying a lot on this show because this show has been a dream to put together, to do. And, sometimes it makes me feel like I'm that 10-year-old boy who's sitting in his bedroom pretending to be talk show host. And I used to do that and hope that no one found out I was doing it. And I didn't want people at school to know because I didn't want to get teased. And now to do it in front of people and people watch every day. We just hit 4,000 views of this show. And so clap for that. Here, wait, let me see. Let me get back over to here to get to the clapping. 4,000 views of this show so far. And it's unbelievable to me. Unbelievable that people are tuning in and supporting this show the way that they are. And so it brings me back to those moments. And to not be afraid, I guess. Don't be afraid of doing what makes you happy and what brings you joy, and it will come through and people will connect to it. And I'm just so honored to be able to do this. And even though the people I think that contributed to the show don't actually watch the show, I just love you all so much. And so thank you. Okay, better things. I mean, that's an amazing thing, but better things than watching me cry here on the show. Our Rosie things. This show is, she would have someone over there moving the camera. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Watch me do that. Hold on one second. Here, we're just gonna see my shorts. Aren't they cute? Oh, Kathy's back. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna finish this part, and then we're gonna hopefully, okay, there. Kathy's here. So we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back with Kathy. But first of all, we all know that the goal of this entire show is to not only talk to amazing people, but to get the reason this show exists, the one and only Rosie O'Donnell on the show. So when she gets here, I'm going to show her everything I own that is with her. But until then, I'm just going to keep showing it to prove to her that she is by Barbara Streisand. She released a craft book a long time ago called Rosie O'Donnell's Crafty You. Look, and you can do this now with the camera, and it automatically, look at that, how beautiful that looks. I don't know where it's available anymore, probably on eBay. but it's a ton of crafts that you do with your kids. And Halloween's coming up, and so we've got some Halloween stuff you can do. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here, so you should try to find this book. It's really fun. It's all easy, and we love Rosie O'Donnell here on the show. Okay, here we go. That's it for now because Kathy's here, and I think her camera is working, and this is what happens when you do things live and you do things virtually. So we're going to take a break, and then Kathy's going to be here on the TV when we get back. All right, we'll be right back after this.
In this world of innovation, would you rather have an old, outdated flip phone or a brand new iPhone? A horse and buggy carriage or the newest luxury hybrid? A dial-up router with your AOL account or a super fast Wi-Fi hotspot? With nutrition, what you have been using or taking up until now hasn't been bad. There's just something newer. We all appreciate advancements in science and technology. In the same way we seek the best and newest in our electronics, vehicles, and everyday conveniences, wouldn't you also want the best technology and newest innovation for your nutrition and supplementation? At the time, you may have had the best from what was out there and available. Now, there is something better and newer, more bioavailable, more convenient, better tasting, faster acting. It literally is the equivalent to getting an IV full of high-tech nutrients right into your bloodstream, without the needle, without the appointment, without being attached to anything for a specific length of time. Simply pop these tasty, all-natural lozenges into your mouth and savor as they instantly start to absorb into your bloodstream through your mucous membranes. That's it. And with the added benefit of negative ions, in other words, energy, there isn't anything else out there on the market like it. Now is the time to switch to the next improvement and innovation in health and nutrition. It's time for advancement. It's time for better. It's time for APL Go and our rapid botanical DNA drops.
Right. Well, Kathy left again. So we'll record her later and we'll put her in a different show. And so right now we're going to talk to Cynthia Burleson, who was here a couple weeks ago, and I chatted with her. She's a great nonprofit. And they actually have a virtual 5K run to support their nonprofit that you can sign up for on your phone. And so here's the interview with her. I love live television. All good here. That's why we're back with Cynthia Burleson, who is part of the International Sibling Society. Can you tell everybody what that is? And welcome to the show.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for having me. Well, the International Sibling Society is a nonprofit organization, one of those 501c3 tax-deductible organizations. We're based out of Reno, Nevada, in the United States. So,
and what do y'all do?
Well, what we're doing right now is organizing the Global Race for Sustainability, which is a series of 5Ks, 10Ks, full and half marathons, or even just little bitty family fun runs or an excursion on your Peloton. It can be any distance that you want it to be. It's a series of races or walking and running that's taking place in over 190 countries as we speak. Wow. And it's all to create awareness of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
And where can people learn about that?
I believe I think I put the website somewhere handy, but it's issnow.earth. It's where you can go to register for the race. And there's a banner up at the very top that says register here. And if you miss that banner at the top of the page, you can just scroll down the page and see about us as an organization, what we've been doing since 1998, and look at all the different countries that are in the race. And by the time you look down and see what all the information about the International Sibling Society, you're going to hit about 5 or 6 different links that say register for the Global Race for Sustainability. So there's plenty of links on the page, but there's one at the top that says register here. And all you need to do is just go to issnow.earth NOW.EARTH.
Yeah, and we'll put all the links in the comments and in the notes, but it's .earth, not .com, not .org, .earth.
Absolutely. Yes.
And-
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and the race goes until the 20th of July.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, tell me how you got involved with the International Sibling Society, what y'all are doing, and how people can support.
Well, I've been involved with the International Sibling Society since 1998, and I was amongst the founding group back then. And since those amount of years, we have gone through different causes. We started out with international child abandonment and worked with children in orphanages in 10 different countries, and then their art was exhibited at the United Nations headquarters in New York City, and then toured around some children's museums. Then we started getting into the sports of things, which was the Olympic movement, we'll just say. And we were very much highlighting the Olympic truce and the power of sport to bring about peaceful outcomes. And then the pandemic came and we rebranded and we did a lot of polling to find out which direction we should go. And we ended up going towards the Sustainable Development Goals. So the Sustainable Development Goals are 17 different goals that have been, it's organized through the United Nations, but it's organized by people like you and me who showed up to the meetings that took place around the world through the years and talked with one another and, decided what we would like to see happen with the planet and what we think needed to happen so that we had a better quality of life, and that for both us and all life on the planet and the planet itself. So in the process of all of those discussions, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals were established.
Wow. And the global race, is that a fundraising event, really, because it's been going on for a few months now, correct?
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up. We don't look at it as a fundraising event, although you can go in and make donations and all of that. They're of course tax deductible. We also like to take any financial barriers. And when you start talking about 190 countries, there's a big discrepancy between the different countries. And, a $50 registration fee for a full marathon may be, a great economically priced registration fee in some countries, and yet it might be like 1/2 of the annual income in another country. So we've taken all financial barriers and we're just getting rid of them and putting those behind us. We have scholarships available, and you can also register for free, the free family fun run.
Oh,
so
fun.
I do hope I get to tell you a little bit about those 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah.
And then I do hope I get to tell you about how you participate on your app to run the race with everybody around the world.
Yeah, which one do you want to start with, the goals or the app?
Well, let's do the goals first,
Okay.
because these goals are some pretty big goals.
I bet.
They're 17 and they're big things like eliminate poverty, no poverty, eliminate hunger, zero hunger, quality education for all, gender equality, clean air and clean water and sanitation. They go on and on, the oceans, cleaning the oceans, quality of life on land. And then it goes all the way down to 17, which is like partnership for the goals, which is my favorite, reaching out and working together with other interested parties who are interested in moving together to achieve the goals. But a lot of discussion is out there as to whether or not we're going to even make these goals by the year 2030, which is what we're set to do. A lot of controversy. Some people say it's too ambitious. We're not going to make it. And some say, but it's worth a try. We're going to keep going. So wherever you fit in that spectrum, just know that they're big goals and that 2030 is right around the corner and that we're very much running towards the finish line. And so our race symbolizes with human beings' feet actually touching the planet and running, that we're running a race for sustainability. So in this way, our race is a piece of art symbolizing life. So we really are running a race towards sustainability on the planet, figuratively and symbolically.
Yeah. And I was going to say, just having one of those goals seems like such a giant undertaking, let alone to have 17 of them. Do you feel the weight of that, or is that like invigorating to you and the organization?
I'm definitely going to say invigorating for sure.
Yeah.
And there, I was just listening to a conference last night in Malaysia that, the UN has just produced some figures and some things they called sad news, where it looks like we're only 17% on target, which kind of sounds like we're not doing so good, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that's so invigorating about the goals is it's a structured dialogue. And there's not only just the 17 goals, but each 17 goals is splinterized, I'll call it, into many other different measurable goals. So you can have this discussion all over the world, and you can talk with people on the other side of the planet, and you're still talking about the same things, and you're still, working together and trying to meet the goals as you can. Just like the Sustainable Development Goals are very lofty, high, hard goals to reach, the global race for sustainability that the International Sibling Society is organizing, it has similar goals. We've got big goals to, bite off over 190 countries. We still have a lot of work to do. So what country are you in?
I'm here. I'm in South Carolina.
Okay, so we've got lots of runners in the U.S., probably because our organization is based out of the U.S., but there's a lot of countries that we've got the teams all ready to go, but we haven't got runners in those teams. And the thing that's so interesting is you can run for any country of your choice. So let's just say we're living in a country where we can go out and hit the trails and run whenever we want to. Well, there's places on the planet that might not be a safe thing to do. So if you're, for whatever reason, if there's a country that you want to run for, and the spirit for somebody who can't run at the moment with the ease and safety that you can or I can, you can choose to run for another country just by checking that country in the drop-down menu on the registration site.
And I know you wanted to talk about the app. So is that also how you can track like the country and stuff on the app, or what can people do on the app?
Yeah, I tell you what, let's just shift gears and talk about the technology that's making this whole thing possible. It's absolutely wonderful. The International Sibling Society has teamed with a race registration platform called Race Roster. So if you're a runner, chances are you have ran races with Race Roster already. You already have an account, are you a runner?
Yeah. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted you on here, because I was like, oh, something I can do.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're a runner. You've registered for races before?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the thing about the racing community is, running community, runners know what they're doing. They know they're always looking for races. And if you may have found yourself in the Race Roster platform looking for a race, 5K near me, what can I do? Especially after you run a race, you're all
the energy of that.
High, ready to do it again, So we're in Race Roster.
Okay.
And Race Roster, we again could not have done it without Race Roster. They're absolutely fantastic. So you just go to Race Roster and you look up the Global Race for Sustainability, and you'll find us that way also. But anyway, I'll just repeat again. Go to issnow.earth and you can get to the race registration site. And when you do, you register for the race. You choose what sub-event they call it that you want to register for, whether it's a 5K, 10K, full or half marathon, or just the family fun run. And the family fun run's free. And any registration fee that's taken off of the race roster platform goes into our scholarship fund so that other countries and so that money's not a barrier to join the race for anybody. In the process, you're going to be prompted to download an app, and it is Race Runner, the Race Runner app. And I don't think I'll be able to show the Race Runner app, but I did on a podcast yesterday, so I'm going to just kind of pull it up a little bit. Have you used Race Runner before?
I don't think I have. I don't think I've used that specific one, but I could totally be wrong.
Oh, you know what? I said Race Runner. It's Run Keeper. Sorry.
Run Keeper. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think this is going to work, but it looks like that.
We'll do a screenshot and we'll put it up there for when we air this. Yeah.
So all you do is you get your app, and then when you're ready to walk out your door and run wherever you are in the world, you just hit start. And in the magic of race rosters world, your time's going to show up on the leaderboard for whatever race you chose with other people around the world. So we have a team in Kenya, by the way, who gets all the awards for being very fast runners. So you'll be running against them and everybody.
Competition.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. My time myself is like one of the slowest. So everybody is ahead of me when it comes to running.
But as long as you're doing it, that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What about people who aren't runners who want to help and support? What kind of support are you looking for from people?
Well, at this stage, you can sign up for any race. You just sign up for the Family Fun Run.
Okay.
And have a fun day out and about, running and enjoying being outdoors. And we're creating awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals, take a dive into those, but just register for the Family Fun Run. But I tell you what, we got bombarded with our internship program this year. So we had a really great response. So we're a little bit into it this year, but think about maybe asking or, applying to do an internship with us next year. And but for now, just sign up for the race, run whatever distance you want to.
And you have until July 20th to do that. You can do that at issnow.earth. It's the website. It'll be on the comments and in the show notes. Cynthia Burleson, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope next year when you do it again, maybe your time will improve a little bit and you'll just get better and better every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bigger and bigger. Closer and closer to the 2030 when the Sustainable Development Goals are set to.
Yes. Come back anytime and give us updates.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this.
In this world of innovation, would you rather have an old, outdated flip phone or a brand new iPhone? A horse and buggy carriage or the newest luxury hybrid? A dial-up router with your AOL account or a super fast Wi-Fi hotspot? With nutrition, what you have been using or taking up until now hasn't been bad. There's just something newer. We all appreciate advancements in science and technology. In the same way we seek the best and newest in our electronics, vehicles, and everyday conveniences, wouldn't you also want the best technology and newest innovation for your nutrition and supplementation? At the time, you may have had the best from what was out there and available. Now, there is something better and newer, more bioavailable, more convenient, better tasting, faster acting. It literally is the equivalent to getting an IV full of high-tech nutrients right into your bloodstream, without the needle, without the appointment, without being attached to anything for a specific length of time. Simply pop these tasty, all-natural lozenges into your mouth and savor as they instantly start to absorb into your bloodstream through your mucous membranes. That's it. And with the added benefit of negative ions, in other words, energy, there isn't anything else out there on the market like it. Now is the time to switch to the next improvement and innovation in health and nutrition. It's time for advancement. It's time for better. It's time for APL Go and our rapid botanical DNA drops.
All right. I'm going to take a clue from Kathy and laugh about today's show. Thankfully, we got Cynthia's interview in, so I'm glad about that. But the rest of it, this is what happens when you do stuff live, right? We'll be back Monday with an all-new show. Kathy might be here. We've been emailing back and forth during that little interview, and so we'll reschedule Kathy. She may or may not be here on Monday or sometime next week. Have a great weekend. Make sure you laugh today. Enjoy yourselves. I love you, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye, everyone.